Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the It's Getting Late podcast. My name's Jacob, and joining me today, as always, is my co-host Paul. 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 What? Oh yeah, that's right, guys. Paul decided to go on a little thing called vacation, and he went on vacation, and so it is just going to me and you guys today. So Paul's gonna be gone for this episode, and he will be gone next episode. But don't worry, we will still have episodes coming out. So we were having some issues last week. We finally got another episode out. I got it out to yesterday, but I was having editing issues, so I was having issues there, and then we were having some things me and Paul were dealing with in our personal lives. So we're back. I promise we're not going anywhere. We're back. Before we get started, what we like to show at the beginning of all of our episodes is our email. So if you guys have any fan theories, any would you rathers, anything you guys want us to rank, any news stories you guys would like us to talk about, email us down below at the It's Getting Late podcast at gmail.com. Also, guys, before we get started, one of you guys sent me something. I have not seen what it is. This comes from Asher. Shout out to you, Asher. I am excited to see what you've sent. I just untaped the box before I started. I got it earlier today in the mail, and I'm gonna come and open it right now. I have not seen anything about it. You had asked me not to open it until the podcast, so we're gonna start off the episode with what you have sent me here. So let's see here. Get that out of the way. This is hefty. I'm assuming this is it here. Paul packaged it up nicely for me, making sure there's nothing else in here. Nope, nothing else. Nothing else. All right, let's see, Asher. What'd you send me? You got something red here. Oh boy. Hell yes. Asher, it's 3D printed and everything. Dude, this is awesome. I'm just going to tell you this right now. This is awesome. I'm going to put it over here in a second. I'm going to put this on first. This is awesome. You 3D printed it and everything, and dude, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for this, Asher. Thank you. This is cool, dude. This is cool. I love Daredevil, as I've stated multiple times, guys, on the podcast. I love Daredevil. He's my favorite comic book character to read. And I love him also in the MCU, what they've done, and Charlie Cox. And as you guys can see, I got some new pop Funkos for Daredevil. So this is awesome. Let me put this on because this is one of a kind here. Let's see here. Take off my glasses. Ugh. Well, it's a little small in the head, little small in the head, but it doesn't matter, guys. This is awesome. Like Asher, I'm gonna say it again. Thank you so much for this. I'm gonna go put it over here real quick. Give me 1 second because this is staying up. This is awesome. I will say it again. Thank you so much, Asher, for this gift. Thank you. 1 second, guys. Oh, let's see here. I think we're gonna put it next to the Daredevil and the Kingpin. I think that's where we'll put it. Move it over. Oh, like a glove. Like a glove. I think it fits in there, right in there. Let's see here. Yeah. Yes, it does. Like a glove. Perfect. What do you think? Guys, I think that's the home for it. Asher, thank you again so much for that gift. It is amazing. I think it looks awesome. I know how long 3D printing takes, guys. I do a lot of 3D printing at school for college and stuff, and so I understand the struggle with 3D printing, and I can't imagine. I want to know how long that took you to print because I that takes a while to print, and then the supports you had to do, but that's awesome. And thank you. I will say it again, Asher. Thank you so much for that gift. But guys, with all the housekeeping out of the way, I'm going to move this box out of the way real quick. With all of the housekeeping out of the way, let's start off with this show. So, the first thing we're going to talk about is Zelda. So, as you guys know, Zelda is they're doing a live action version of Zelda. And me and Paul have been very excited about it. And this week they decided we're going to give you guys a little tease. Now, they have only been filming, guys, for 2 weeks at this point, only 2 weeks. And they said, you know what? We're going to give everybody a little taste of what is cooking in the kitchen, and so we had 3 different images. Started off with just this image with Zelda and Link. Then we had a solo shot of just Link, and then we had another shot of just Zelda. And guys, these look really good. Like, I don't think you could get any more perfect with, for one, how good the characters look, the costuming, the type of vibe they're giving within this field. I don't know if this is a shot from the movie, if this is just they took, promotional art pictures, but it doesn't matter. It looks really good. And I think seeing it, getting a little bit of a tease makes me more excited for the movie, because I think when you get to see stuff, especially when it comes to video game adaptations, when it comes to, fandom adaptations, any type of adaptation, it is very important, those first shots and those first leaks, because if you don't have the look of the characters right, people are already going to be negative about your movie. It doesn't matter if the movie's great. Some people are instantly going to be checked out. And so, with it being really good, that the pictures and all how they look is already amazing, it boosts that level of, excitement for a lot of people, because everybody knows, especially in the video game space, we have had some horrible adaptations. And when I say horrible, I mean horrible. Like, these adaptations, like all the Resident Evil ones, there's been older ones, the most recent one, I have not seen any good live action versions of Resident Evil. I know the older ones, some people like those, and if you guys like those, great. I'm glad you guys like them. For me, they're not my cup of tea, and I don't care for them. And so I'm excited, and so this is good that the Zelda movie looks the same, but kind of like the Resident Evil movie. If you guys remember a couple years ago, that one that just recently came out, it looked good. Like set wise, picture wise, if you took a picture, the characters look pretty good. Like, the characters look pretty spot. I mean, Leon's a little weird. Leon, probably, I think that's the one thing that I was like, that doesn't look right. But Birkin looked right. I think Claire looked right. I think they did all of the characters, like the zombies looked pretty good. Like, and then when we were in the police station at times with the certain puzzles, I thought that the set design was solid, but after the set design, it went to trash. So who knows? Maybe they make this Zelda movie and it looks great and the cinematography is top tier, but the actual movie sucks. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think, because I feel like Nintendo cares about how they do their characters and how they do their movies, because I think Nintendo is like, we even though Nintendo, as we all know, Nintendo is a very interesting company in the way that they make their decisions for certain things, allegedly, they still do good, they have good value and they do care about their product and what they're putting out. And so I think they did a great job with the Mario movie and the Super Galaxy Mario movie. We talked about it last week, and the trailer looks really good, and the first one was good. So I am not worried about this Zelda movie. Now, this movie still does not come out for another 2 years. May 7th, 2027. We are still a while away. We're inching. Well, it's not so much 2 years. We're a year and a half out. We are a year and a half out, and so we still have a good amount of time till we even get a teaser or anything. And I don't think, honestly, guys, I don't think we're getting a teaser trailer for this. Don't expect a teaser trailer until about this time next year, or, and this just came to mind. I would not be surprised if we got a trailer at the Game Awards. The Game Awards are massive and they're always dropping trailers at the Game Awards for announcements, new looks, new features. So I'm going to put in right now, I'm going to put my hat in that we probably don't see our first teaser trailer until the Game Awards. And if not the Game Awards, probably not until October or November. So don't be expecting something in September. Don't be expecting anything like that. I'm gonna say Game Awards. If not a Game Awards, maybe one of the like the Nintendo Expos, something like that. Because Zelda is massive, and I don't see them just dropping this trailer out on a whim. Like I think they put the time in. I think they really think it out, and I think they drop a solid trailer at a big event of some sort. And I think the biggest event you could get towards the end of the year is the Game Awards because the Game Awards get bigger and bigger and bigger every single year, and more people are tuning into the Game Awards. And people tune in halfly forward to see did their game get the did they get the award, or they tune in for the special features and the new announcements and the game announcements. And that's why I think probably Zelda gets shown there. And if not a teaser trailer, I also wouldn't be surprised if there's just a trailer there because like I said, it's the Game Awards, and the Game Awards are massive in December for any type of gaming. And I think that would be the best time to drop it. But who knows? I'm just a dude that sits in his basement and talks about video games, movies, and TV shows with one of my really good friends. So who knows what they do? Who knows when they release it? But all I can tell you guys is right now, those images look good, and I'm more excited about the movie. But, anyways, guys, what do you think about these images? Are you liking them? Are you hating them? Does it make you more excited for the movie when it comes out May 7th, 2027? Let us know all your thoughts in the comments below. Alrighty, guys. Moving on to more negative news, and there's going to be a little there's going to be a little bit of bad news during this episode, and that is Lanterns got delayed. So it was originally thought and speculated that Lanterns was going to come out it was supposed to come out before Supergirl. It was going to come out before Supergirl, and that's kind of how the timeline was fitting out. Well, this week one of the people over at HBO announced that we're not getting it till end of summer. We're not getting it's going to get it got moved to the end of summer. So that means now we're getting it after Supergirl cuz Supergirl comes out in June of next year. And we're still getting it in 2026, but I think a lot of us were like, "Ah, dang it. We were hoping in that April time." I think it was that I think people were thinking it was going to be that first quarter of the year. So anyway, from January to April, people were like, "We're going to get this Lanterns show and that'll be a good show to start off." But now it's like, "No, you're not getting any more DCU content until Supergirl of next year, and then you'll get Lanterns." And I don't know. I don't think it doesn't affect me too hard, because I'm like, at least we're still getting it in 2026, but you never like to hear when something gets delayed. But also, I think they took the delay probably to work on things and make things better, and that's fine by me because I'm excited for this Lantern show. I have been wanting a Green Lantern project for a long time because that Ryan Reynolds project, we all know it was not good. It was not great. I liked the look of that one. I kind of thought that it was cool and how they did Kilowog and Sinestro looked cool, and their suits looked cool as well. But besides that, I did not love the vibe that they were going for and the whole story with it. It just was not great. And so when they announced this Lantern show, I was like, hell yes. It's exactly what give us Hal Jordan. Let's see what happens. And then they announced, oh, we're gonna bring in John Stewart. And we're like, oh, that's even better. Getting better and better. And then like, oh, by the way, it's gonna be like a true crime detective, buddy cop story. Even better. Let's keep it going. And it looks they haven't nothing has been released about it, nothing has been leaked, and I think that's good. I think that's been really good for this show because it keeps us guessing what's gonna happen and keeps us on our toes and excited for it so that when we get that first look, it's like, "Ooh, yes." Because I think a problem in today's age is that too many things get leaked, too many things get seen that weren't supposed to be seen yet, and it doesn't ruin the surprises because some of the stuff is ultimately gonna be shown in trailers, but it's also like, okay, they didn't want us to see that they didn't want us to see that yet. They wanted us to wait until we saw, post and all that and in the trailers themselves. So it's kind of like, and I like that nothing has been shown of lanterns. Like we've got this picture that I've got down below here, of them walking in the street with their rings on, but besides that, we don't know what they look like in their suits. We don't know we've had some teases of maybe the villains. We know Sinestro's going to be in there, but beside, and we know it's a true crime, and they're going to be detectives. I think for a death of another Green Lantern. So it's like we know that, but besides that, nothing else has really been told or shown about this Lantern series. So I'm excited for it. It's a little disappointing that it got moved to the summer, but I think it's because Green Lantern is I think it's such a very heavy CGI character in a way because of all the effects you have to do and all the posts you have to do with Green Lantern to make him look right. So I think they're gonna probably fixing that up. There may have had to do. I don't think there's any reshoots that they had to do, but I think they're polishing it up because a lot of us, me and Paul included, were very, and I mean very disappointed with Peacemaker and how that ended because season 2 had so much promise. Season 2 was built up to be this amazing show, and then they just they ruined that. Ending was awful. That ending of Peacemaker was absolutely awful, and as a guy that loves Peacemaker, that really upset me because I loved season 2. I was really having fun with season 2, and then episode 8 came out, and I was like, "Why? Why did we do this? I don't understand why we did this." And it's a lot of people have lost their faith in the DCU, unfortunately. A lot of people now, which is crazy because, and I understand why, but it's also crazy how James Gunn had us up the top here at the tippy top with Superman, and we were loving Superman. We're like, yes, DC movies are back in DC television, and we're like, Peacemaker's coming out in a couple months. This is going to be great, and Peacemaker was great. It was great. It was great. It was great. Oh, and we've taken a dip now, and we're now left with this sour taste in our mouth until Supergirl. And I think Supergirl is going to be a good movie, and I'm excited for Supergirl. But at the same time, people are not happy with how Peacemaker ended, and and they've got to figure some things out because if they don't if they don't figure this out and they don't swing hard and they don't, come back with a good movie and a good TV show, DCU is going to struggle once again. DC is going to struggle, and we'll be lucky if we even get to a Justice League movie. People, if Supergirl and Lanterns are bad, forget your Clayface movie. People are not going to go see Clayface. Nobody cares about Clayface. Nobody cares about Clayface if that happens. A lot of people don't care about Clayface right now. But if you mess these two up, oh, Clayface is done. Clayface is done, and you might as well scrap it because nobody's gonna want to go. Nobody. You're gonna have a couple people. Like I'll go see it. Paul will go see it. Like the people that love movies and DCU, yes. But the average moviegoers are not gonna care about extra DCU content if you don't make it up to them. And we're due for a makeup. And also, Peacemaker, you messed up at the end, and that sucks. That does. But Peacemaker is not a widely known character. Tell me, guys, how many of you actually knew who Peacemaker was before James Gunn's Suicide Squad movie? How many did you actually know Peacemaker? I'm gonna say probably none of you, and if there were that knew you, very little of you knew. So, Lanterns, though, you mess up Green Lantern, oh, you're gonna have issues. You will have so many issues on your hand. Green Lantern is a massive character. A massive character. People know who Green Lantern is. He is a very well-known character. You mess up Green Lantern, it is over. It's over. You're gonna have people are not gonna want to keep going. And don't even get me started. If you mess up Supergirl, oh, there's even more issues. I think you'll still get able to have movies come out. But you're gonna struggle once again. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see Lanterns. I'm still excited for Lanterns. It sucks that it's delayed, but not surprised it got delayed. When I saw it was delayed, I was like, "Darn it!" But at least it's not like, "Oh, we delayed it 2 years" or some garbage like that, or "We delayed it a full year." Like they only delayed it probably 4. I would say anywhere from 3 to 6 months would be my guess from when they were going to originally come out. 6 being the most they delayed it, 3 months being the least they delayed it. So, it sucks, but guys, at least we're still getting it. And hopefully they're just, they delayed it so that they could tidy up the edges. But, anyways, guys, what are you thinking about this? Are you excited about the Lantern series? What do you think about the delay? Are you upset? Are you like, well, they're probably working on something else? Are you excited for Supergirl? Let us know all your thoughts in the comments below. All right, guys. Well, more bad news. So, for those of you that didn't know, there was going to be a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Last Ronin movie. And unfortunately, it came out a couple days ago. I think it was may have actually came out today. No, yesterday. So it came out yesterday that it got canceled. They're canning it. They're instead there was a lot of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff that came out. So over on IGN, here's what they had to say: the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are reportedly in for some shell shock of their own, with Paramount planning a live-action movie reboot series inspired by the Sonic film franchise. Sources told The Hollywood Reporter that Paramount has ditched the R-rated The Last Ronin, a live-action slash animation hybrid, although it could return to it one day, and will now instead focus on a live action movie. The sequel to The Mutant Mayhem is still due September 17th, 2027, first released back in 2020. The Last Ronin features a dystopian world in which all but one of the turtles have perished, drawing the inspiration from God of War, among other things. It written by original creators Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird, who said it was based on an outline from a story in 1987. So, guys, unfortunately, it got delayed. Now, I mean, not delayed, it got canceled. Now, there are some positives. We're still getting Mutant Mayhem, which great. Excited for Mutant Mayhem because we're actually going to get Shredder. And so excited to see how they do Shredder in this world. Also, it looks like now they're going to be doing a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle live action like the Sonic franchise. So we'll see how that goes. I'm a little meh about it because the first time they tried to do Ninja Turtle, well, not the first time, but the most recent time that they tried to do it in like 2014 and 2017, it was yeah, it was weird. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great either. It was very mediocre. So I'm excited that they're doing that, but they've decided to cancel the Last Ronin movie, and that kind of sucks. I really like Last Ronin. For those of you that don't know, like he said, pretty much Shredder's grandson goes and he takes control of the Foot Clan and he kills all the Ninja Turtles except one. And for those of you that don't know, I'm going to say spoilers real quick because I'll say just in case you don't want to know, even though that the story has been around for a while, I'll give you a couple seconds. Spoilers, and I'm going to tell you who the Ninja Turtle that survived is. Okay, the Ninja Turtle that survived was Michelangelo, and I I I wish they would do something because I love that story. That is such an interesting concept that you have the Ninja Turtle that is by far the goofiest Ninja Turtle, and you turn him into what happens if he loses everything. And that the story is really good, and they said they were gonna make it rated R, which even better because this story you cannot make it not rated R. Like, the themes and all the mental health things that Michelangelo goes through, it is oh, it's brutal. It is brutal, and him wanting to take out his revenge on everybody, and he goes after everybody, it is really cool, and I wish it would not have gotten canceled. I really do because I love Ninja Turtles and I know they are geared towards younger audiences, but I do wish sometimes we'd have some more the adult stories of it and go darker with the Ninja Turtles because they do have some darker stories. The most notable one is The Last Ronin, but I wish they would go darker and I wish we could keep it that way, but unfortunately they canceled it. and now they're gonna go live action with this like Sonic. And don't get me wrong, I love the Sonic films are really good, but I also don't think the Sonic films are like don't get me, they are 100% better than the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies. Like they 100% are. But I I can't put my finger on it, but the Sonic movies to me have never been, "Oh my gosh, these are amazing movies. These are great. I can't wait to see another Sonic movie." I'm just like, "Oh, there's another Sonic movie. That'll be fun. That'll be a good time at the theater." And so I just wish we could really get some good Ninja Turtle stuff because recently there haven't been anything great. There is not. I think the last really good Ninja Turtle stuff that we got was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle one that came out, I think it was 2014. That show that did that run in the 2014s. In 2014, Ninja Turtles show. Let's see here. Um 2012. So that thing went from 2012 to 2017. And it got weird, don't get me wrong. It got weird when you had things like when Krang was taking over everything and, they couldn't go back to Earth, when they had to go away to a farm for a little bit, when they, when da, 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 what was the other one? When they went to space, like it got weird. And when they went back in time, like it definitely got weird, but the first couple of seasons were really good. I really enjoyed it, and I would watch those things all the time. I really loved those. They were really fun, and they were enough to where it was like, okay, kids can understand this, but also it's enjoyable for adults. And I'm not saying the Sonic ones aren't. It's just I think Sonic's just it's a good solid time, and that's all they need to be. But I want that Ninja Turtle maturity in a way, and I want that Ninja Turtle kind of pushed a little bit more because I think it could. Um, but you know, unfortunately, it got canceled. There's nothing we can do. There's a possibility that they may return to it. I doubt it. I really doubt they return to it. But that's about it. What do you guys think about this? Were you guys excited for this movie? Did you even know they were making a Last Ronin movie? What do you guys think of the Last Ronin storyline? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. Alrighty. Well, guys, it's that time of the week for the weekly top five. And guys, this week I thought, since Stranger Things is coming out next week, which, by the way, guys, next week, I think I'll do it Friday. Don't quote me on it, but I will do it sometime next week. I will have my spoiler review for Stranger Things, the season 5 stuff. For the first part of the Thanksgiving releases. I will have my reviews on that. I'm going to do a spoilers and chill as well with you guys. I'll have about an hour conversation about my thoughts on it. And so I thought this week, let me rank my top 5 Stranger Things characters. So unfortunately, usually we have Paul, but since he's gone on vacation, we are gonna start. We're gonna go straight in, and we will do mine. So my ranking is gonna be interesting because you guys are gonna see. You're gonna be like, "Wow, he cut those characters." There's some characters he doesn't like. There's some characters he didn't put on here, but I think all the characters in Stranger Things are done very well. I don't think there is a weak character. I think there are weaker characters in certain seasons, and certain characters don't get the limelight in certain seasons. But I think every character is great within everything. I think they have done a great job with their characters, and they know their characters, and their characters are all written very well. So just because I don't have them on this list does not mean they're not great characters. They are all great characters, and on any day of the week I could switch this ranking around completely. But right now where I sit, this is my ranking. So, starting off at number 1 at my honorable mention, I have 11, and I know a lot of you are like, "What? 11 already? Your honorable mention?" I was like, "Yes." I really like 11. Don't get me wrong, but I think at times 11 can come off as very one note. She has never been my favorite character in in Stranger Things. I think at times she can be very one note, but other times she does, I think that's all part of her character is she goes more and more out of her shell and learns the norms more and more as she grows up. And her character development from season 1 to where we are now at the end of season 4, we'll see what happens in season 5. I think they've done a great job. I think my big thing that I also don't care about 11 is that she's all the seasons are, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. 11, save us. Yes, 11, save us. And that's great and all. And I understand that she's the only one that can do it, but it also gets tiring when that is all we do is 11, save us. It's like, I wish we could have like, I get the other characters do sometimes beat up some demogorgons and stuff like that, but it would be nice if we didn't run every single season around 11 save us type thing. So I think she's great. I like her character. I think her character arc has been great and her character work, and we'll see what she does in season 5. I've got my theories towards the end of the show of what we're going to talk about, but at my honorable mention, I have 11. So, moving on to my number 5, I've got Dustin. I love Dustin. He's just a really fun character. He's a fun character. He at times can be like some comedy relief. I thought it was really funny, some of the things that he's done throughout the seasons. I love his relationship with Steve. I think that is such a nice relationship and such a sweet relationship, and I think he's a fun character. He's a fun character. He's very joyful, and I think at times he's also just a badass as well. Like some of the things he discovers when the other kids just haven't seen it. I think Dustin is just a really fun character, and I like the moments. And when I think of Stranger Things, my favorite moments, Dustin is in a lot of them. So that is Dustin's at my number 5. Speaking of Steve, number 4 is Steve. I think Steve is the best uh in that not the adult characters, but like the older characters, if you get what I'm saying, the ones that's older than the core 5 of them. And I really like Steve. I think his character work from season 1 where he was just a dick and he was, I'm all about the girl. I'm just going to sleep with the girl and I'm just amazing and I'm better than everybody else and I'm just a dick, to now where he's part of everybody else and he cares about everybody else and he wants to be with everybody else and he protects everybody. He is the big brother of the group. He is the big brother, and I love him for that. I love the work that he did. I think him and the Scoops Ahoy with Robin is hilarious, and their interactions and their friendship is also just great to see their relationship grow. His relationship with Dustin is really nice, and just the way he has taken on that role of big brother and protecting everybody is really fun, and I really enjoy him as a character. So I have him at number 4. Number 3, I have Max. Max came on season 2 and was that Tom girl type energy. She was like, leave me alone. And then her brother got involved and stuff like that. And so I think she has been really such a really fun character. And I think she's kind of been like a dark horse in a way where it's like, she's turned into people care more about Max than they care about some of the other characters a lot. Like I certainly have, like especially when I think season 4 really stuck her out when I know it was her brother, but I think season 4 really with Vecna and how Vecna was messing with her and choosing her. I think that was great. I'm excited. Her character is the character going into season 5 that I am most interested to see what has now happened to her. Is she just blind or what else is going on with her? Because I have a feeling, and I have feeling Max, there's more to Max than besides she's just blind. I have a feeling there's more than, yeah, I'm blind now. I think there is more, and I think Max is a very interesting character, and I think the more and more that we see of Max, the more and more she gets better, in my opinion. So Max at number 3. Number 2, I have Vecna. And I just love Vecna. I think Vecna is one of my top 5 favorite villains of all time throughout media in general. I think the twist that he is number 1 was perfectly done, perfectly set up, perfectly done. I didn't see it coming. I had a friend that 100%, I had a friend that was texting me when because I had binge watched everything. I had a friend that was texting me and they're like, uh, I think Vecna is one. And I was just thinking, I was like, wow, I can't believe you put those connections together. But Vecna is such a menacing villain as well. And when you figure out that he's been behind this entire thing, like, because if I remember right, they were showing him off as, oh no, the mind flayer, that's the big bad, that's the big guy. But Vecna's like the general. Vecna's the general, and he protects the mind flayer, and he that is what Vecna does. And they're like, no, 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 no. Vecna created the mind flare. And I was like, holy God, that whole sequence. I sometimes go back and just watch that sequence. It's so cool. There's no words spoken, there's nothing. It's just it's just a bunch of scenes showing how he's done everything, how he's done with the upside down. And I cannot wait to see what they do with him. Somehow they made him look even cooler in season 5. Vecna already looked really cool. Now we're going to make him look even cooler, and he's just threatening, and I love Vecna, and I am excited to see how they wrap everything up with him and how things end with him. So that is number 2. Number 1, though, I have Hopper. I love Hopper. Hopper, funny enough, is the character that got me into Stranger Things. Backstory. It was before season 3. Season 3, Fortnite season 9, the summer event, which is the best. I haven't said it on the podcast before, but in my opinion, it is the best summer event Fortnite has ever done, with the modes, with the seasons, with the not the season, with the modes they had out, with all the collabs. And one of the collabs was Stranger Things, and Hopper and Demogorgon were two with the two skins that came out. And Hopper, I saw Hopper and I was like, this is a cool skin. Let me watch the Stranger Things thing. And I started watching it. I was instantly hooked. I watched the entire season in one day. Then I watched season 2. Then I was watching season 3. Like, I loved it. And Hopper, his work as well, from just being the basic sheriff, and now he is the dad to 11. And I love how he's worked with 11. I really like David Harbour as well. I think, I really like him as an actor, and so when he shows up in things, it's fun. I love him as Red Guardian. Red Guardian. I think it's hilarious when he's Red Guardian. But Hopper, his emotions as Hopper, his relationship with Joyce is also really good, and he cares about all the kids as well. So if Steve's like the big brother, Hopper's like the dad figure watching over all of these characters, and will take a shot for any of these characters. Um I really have enjoyed Hopper, and I think Hopper is a great character, and he's my favorite character in Stranger Things. So I will sum it up again. My honorable mention is 11. Number 5 is Dustin. Number 4, Steve. Number 3, Max. Number 2, Vecna. And number 1, Hopper. But guys, that'll do it for my top 5. And that's just my list. What are your guys' list? What are your top 5? Did you guys like my list? Is there something you'd change about my list? What's your top 5 Stranger Things characters? Let me know in the comments below. Alrighty, guys. Well, moving on. So, Dispatch. Dispatch, we talked about it last week, and me and Paul loved it. Just to make it simple, we loved it. I'm going to go into spoilers for everything Dispatch. I'm going to go into a big deep dive. This one's not so much a news, but this is what I think could happen, and what I think could happen with a potential what I think could happen with a potential season 2, because they have not announced a season 2 yet. They haven't announced. Now, for those of you that don't know, and the 12 people that live under a rock and have not played Dispatch yet, Dispatch has 2 endings, pretty much the 2 big endings. There's a lot of different, you can know, Blonde Blazer, are you in Visigow? Did you kill Shroud? Did you not kill Shroud? Waterboy, Phenomenon, cut Coop, cut Sonar, all of that. There's all of that. But the big thing is Invisigal good guy, Invisigal bad guy. And it's led to a lot of speculation where it's like, okay, where do we go with this? Where does Dispatch season 2 go with this? Do we go with the villain ending or do we go with the happy ending? And I'm gonna say both. And here's why. So I'm gonna do a little sketching. Just follow me here, guys. I'm gonna go a little sketching. So here's the possibilities that I think. This is what I personally think season 2 could go. And this tinfoil hat stuff, I have no idea. There haven't been any reports, but here's how I think this could go. Okay, so here we go. This right here. This is season 1. Season 1 right here. We finished it and we had two things go left and we had a right. So this right here will be the villain and this would be the good side. So this is if Invisigal went bad, this is an Invisigal went good. So then you have these two. You have these two endings. I'm gonna put a 2 because these are the possible season 2 endings. Here's the issue right now is if you guys know Telltale usually ended in the same spot. So no matter what choice you made at the end, you still ended up at the exact same point. So, big example in The Walking Dead, one, pretty much the main character could either gets bit. He could either heal his friend or he could cut off his arm and see if maybe he doesn't get infected. Either way, the friend dies. The not the friend, the main character dies. Either way, the main character dies and bites the dust. So we end in the exact same point. So when they try to do another season, it doesn't matter where we start because nothing has changed. Now, with this though, and for those of you who also don't know, Ad Hoc is a bunch of old Telltale people. So that's kind of why it's got that feel. So they've done this though. So here's what I think could happen. This is one possibility. Is we could do this. So we go down the villain arc, and then for season 3, we have two splits again. Because that's probably if we go by their logic, they have two different possible endings. But then the problem is too, if we keep the good ending, they do the exact same thing here, and we have another split. And guys, this will then have we then have four possible endings, four different endings. And I think things get dicey and I think things get messy. And I don't think that is going to go well because then what happens? Oh, well, they can just keep doing it. Well, no, they can't, guys, because here's what's going to happen. We then go from four to then possibly, 1 second, guys. Yep. We go from four to possibly eight different possibilities. Eight different possibilities. And you're like, well, eight, that's a lot, but I feel like they could do it. Guys, then there'd be 16. They keep branching. If we keep going by the logic that they went by at the end of season 1, we would then have 16 endings. That is not happening. That's not happening. That's physically not possible. That's not going to happen. And so I think that's just out the window. That's out the window. Because I don't see a world where they do this. And you're like, well, maybe they don't do the branching. I was like, okay, fine. So we take out two of these endings. So then we're possible different strands. Maybe we go down to 14, maybe we go down to 12, maybe even 10. That is still so much. And then there are so many possibilities. It's great from a game standpoint. And if they can pull it off, I want you to do it. But it's so many possibilities. You'd have to think of so many different ways this could end. And it's a lot. So, I don't think they're gonna do that. Here's on and so this was possibility number 1. This was possibility number 1. And so I've got 3 possibilities here. So that was the first possibility. Here's the second possibility, and this is by far, I think, the worst way they could go with this because you'd have people upset. Here's what they do. They cut the villain ending and it's not canon. They make it not canon. And people will be I think that is horrible because then you're gonna have people feel like, okay, whoa, I made all those decisions. I did all those. And some people are upset they got the bad ending, but some people are also like, I got this ending. This is what I've played and this is what I've deserved. If they cut that ending, you're gonna have some majority of the players going, well, I don't even want to play another season because my choices did not matter. They did not matter. No one cares about my ending. They just swept my ending under the rug and it's whatever. So I think this is by far the worst case scenario they could do. Worst case scenario they could do, absolute worst. And maybe you're like, oh, well, maybe they cut the good ending. Still bad. Still bad if you keep this villain ending. Still bad. Does not matter which way you cut the pizza. It's still bad if you cut one of the slices. It's not good. You need to keep both because you're going to upset people. So I think you need to keep both. Here's where I think we play this. And this has been my theory, what I think they should do. We do this. They both end at the same endpoint. And you're like, okay, well, but then how will I make my villain choices matter? I was like, and I'm like, okay, I get that. I get that. And that's a good question. That's a good question. How I think you could do this is Invisigal Redemption Arc. Invisigal Redemption Arc. You have a big bad. You have big bad. We'll just go big bad. Big bad. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Big bad. So you have big bad. Big bad is the villain over all of this. Big bad is villain over everything here. Well, here you then have Invisigal. You have Invis. Yeah, you're trying to work on this. You try to work on this. You're trying to make her better. You're trying to convert her back, and really, not make her a villain. And then and this one, you could have this ending, this good side, just deal with the big bad. Like, honestly, that's what you do. You mess with the big bad. Now, I know that's two different types of stories, but I think that is more doable to have two different stories that eventually end up in one big thing because you can have the Invisigal redemption and then they fight the big bad of season 2 to lead us into season 3. And then we have, then we kind of reset. Then if you wanted season 3, then do another split. Who cares? Because then do the same type of thing. But my like I said, my big issue is that you don't want to cut somebody's ending. You don't want to keep splitting off and veering because then you have more and more endings you have to play in. And does ending 1 mess with ending 8? Like, how do we do that? Like, then you make it perfect there. This, I think, is the best case scenario. Is you lead back to season 3 and you mesh into the same ending for season 2. Now, that doesn't mean you can't have certain endings that have different, implications for season 3, but you still need to end season 3 where everybody's in the same point. So in season 3, what you could do instead of like, let's say season 3 we have another big bad, and the big decision at the end is, do you kill him or do you keep him alive? It does not matter then at season 3 if you had everybody at the same point, because it's like, okay, bad guy's gonna go to jail or you're gonna kill bad guy. Now that could affect you for season 4. Maybe there's a and for season 3, maybe there's a side thing where season 3 where you get to meet the big bad in like jail and he gets to give you information. But that's a small thing that you can factor in. That's a very small thing that I feel like they could figure out. But I think this right here is the best case scenario for this because of what do? You keep both endings, plus the players still feel like their choices matter, and you get to meet back at the same spot. And then you can do the same thing again for the end of season 3. You can split again, and you can have maybe side things, and that's fine. But they always meet back together every other season, and that may get annoying. But honestly, I think that is the best way they can do it because I don't think cutting this is the best option. I just don't. You cutting this, like I've said again, is going to upset people because the people want to make feel like their choices matter. Same if you cut this one. Same if you cut this one. Either way, they suck. And so I think this is the best route they go. And it'll be interesting to see what they do with a season 2. I would not be surprised, guys, if season 2 gets announced very soon. Like, and I'm not saying they're gonna have animation done. I'm not gonna say they have a trailer, but I wouldn't be surprised if at the Game Awards we have, Laura Bailey and Aaron Paul come out again and just be like, "Hey, love that you guys liked season 1. Love that you guys liked it. Season 2 is in the works. Don't know when it's coming out, but season 2 is in the works because I have a very hard time thinking that they're not gonna do a season 2. Like, everybody loved Dispatch, and I think I think Dispatch, and I may be wrong here, but I think Dispatch is bigger than any of the Telltale games they did. 'Cause there was nothing, I feel like, when Telltale came out where everyone was like, "We gotta watch the next episode of Batman. We gotta get to the next episode of Walking Dead. Wolf Among Us." I know those were all great Telltales. I know they are, and I know a bunch of people are like, "We want Wolf Among Us more," and I am with you. But nobody, not as many people were doing this craze for Dispatch. I wasn't gonna get Dispatch. I hadn't even heard of it until a month ago. And when I was seeing all these people playing it, I was like, wow, this is a really good game. And here's another thing too. People who don't even play video games are like, "Oh, is this a good show?" Like I had my dad. My dad who, he watches shows from time to time. He likes superheroes. He likes, good action-filled shows and movies. And he came up to me. He was like, "Hey, so what's this Dispatch show? Have you watched it? Do you like it?" And I was like, "It's a video game, Dad." And he was like, "Oh, it looked like a show." And I was like, "Yeah, it does look like a show, but it's a Telltale." And he's like, "Oh, well, I'll skip out on it, but it looks really good." Like people who don't even care about gaming are like, "This is a good game." And I understand you're like, "Well, it's more like a TV." Fine. If it's more like a TV show, then it's fine. But they did a really good job, and I really do think season 2, we are a couple months away, if not sooner, than finding out about season 2. I really think they're gonna, because there's no way. They just passed 2 million copies this week as well. It's like they keep making money. I think I saw something where their 3-year money goal and their 3-year goal for cash, they met that this week in a month. In a month. That's crazy. That's crazy. There's no way they're not considering a season 2. Now, season 2, guys, probably is not going to come out for a while because right now they're still working with Critical Role and they're doing another game with Critical Role. And I would not be surprised if that game, I'm not surprised. I know that game's going to come out before Dispatch, and they're going to work on that before they do another Dispatch because they're small. First of all, they're not big enough to be like, "You guys go work on Dispatch season 2. You guys work on this Critical Role game." They're not big enough. They've got to focus on one and get them done. So I think the Critical Role games comes out, but after that Critical Role game, I think Dispatch comes within 2 years after that, 2 or 3 years after that, because I think they would have already kind of started a little bit. I think they're probably already thinking about story. Like I said, I think they announced season 2 soon. I could be completely wrong. I could be completely wrong, but I think Dispatch season 2 could get announced very quickly. But anyways, guys, what do you think about Dispatch season 2? What do you think they're going to do? Do you think they're going to go, "Oh, only villain ending, only good ending"? Do you think they're going to do that splitting thing that I was showing where it's like they do both and then they meet up in season 3? Or do you think they're going to just keep splitting it and splitting it and splitting it? And we're going to have 7, 8, 10, 12, 24 different endings possibilities. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Alrighty, guys. Moving on. So, something that got confirmed this week is Black Panther 3. I think we all knew Black Panther 3 was coming. I think we all knew Ryan Coogler was going to do it, but it was just when. We still don't have a release date, but Ryan Coogler sat down with some people at Deadline and he pretty much said, "Yeah, I'm working on it. That's my next film." And that's about it. We've had whispers of Denzel Washington joining it, and I'm pretty sure he's been confirmed for Black Panther 3. Besides that, though, nothing else. Now, what do I think about a Black Panther 3? Great. I love the first Black Panther, and I'm excited to see what they do in Black Panther 3. I did not care for Black Panther 2, though. I did not care for Wakanda Forever. I think, for one, it was 30 minutes too long. If I remember right, that movie was 2 hours and 40 some odd minutes. Let me see here. Black Panther 2. Let's see here. Let me see here. Run time. Okay. Oh, that does not. Where's it at? An hour and 61 minutes. So yeah, that was that, an hour and 2 hours and 41 minutes. So 161 minutes, 2 hours and 41 minutes. That is a long movie. That's a long movie. And I wouldn't have complained if it was a great movie, but it wasn't. It just, to me, it was not a great movie. I thought, here's my big issue. I thought we had too many side characters trying to be the main character. And I'm not blaming Ryan Coogler or anybody for that because you had the unfortunate and almost the impossible task of Chadwick Boseman passing away. Like you just did. And it sucks. And it really does because I love Chadwick Boseman as Black Panther. He was great. He was one of my favorite characters in the MCU, still is. And it was really unfortunate that he passed away. And I think Ryan Coogler did the best he could, but things just did not work. For one, the water bombs, guys, those things seem to be more powerful than an infinity stone. Those things could destroy anything. Those stupid water bombs. I think Namor was really cool, and I'm excited to see what they do with Namor. But I did not love this one. I just did not love I did not season 2. I did not love Black Panther 2. I think Riri Williams was introduced horribly. I don't think they did her great. I really don't think they did her great. And so then it was showing with the Ironheart viewership that was irrelevant. Nobody saw Ironheart. You want to know why? Because they didn't introduce her well. Like compared to when they showed Black Panther in Civil War. When they showed Black Panther in Civil War, all of us were like, "Ooh, he looks really cool. Let me get a movie." When are we getting a movie? Oh, in like a year or two. I think it was like a year or two when it was supposed to come out after Civil War, and everyone was like, "Yes, let's get it. Yes, that is exactly what we want." And it got us excited for Black Panther. But compared to Riri Williams, nobody cared about Ironheart walking out of Wakanda Forever. Nobody cared about her. Absolutely nobody. So when they did her show, whoa, what a shocker. Nobody cared about her show. The only thing and here's the thing that people care about her show is not even her. They don't care about her. They care about the villain that was shown. That's how much people did not care about Riri Williams. So I think they did a great I think the first one was great. I'm excited to see what they do with 3, and I'm hoping that we get in Secret Wars, we get a new Black Panther. I think I appreciate Marvel for taking the time and being like, there's no one that can replace Chadwick Boseman, and no one can. Nobody can. He was perfectly cast for that role. He was a great actor. He was. I liked him in other things too. One of my other favorite ones is the one he did when he played Jackie Robinson. I loved that movie. That movie's really good, and I watch it from time to time. It's one of my favorite sports movies. So I think time has passed. I think we've had enough time pass. Let's get another Black Panther in here. Let's get another one in here. Let's let's have them play them, and let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Because honestly, I don't think people like Shuri. They tried to do the same thing that they did with T'Challa, with the same arc, but they did it in the movie, and it just was not good. She was just an asshole, in my opinion. To me, she was just an asshole the entire movie. And I just was like, I don't understand. Like, you're just a dick. I don't like your character, even when you're like, I'm good now. Whoa, but 10 minutes ago, you were being an absolute dick. Like, I did not care for that. I just didn't. I really didn't. And I think they did T'Challa's version of the storyline way better than they did hers. Way better. And so I hope I hope we get a new Black Panther in here. Not because I don't like Shuri. I just don't think Shuri can carry the movie by herself. I think we need another Black Panther. And I think if we bring in another Black Panther, have 2 Black Panthers. I don't care. I think Shuri is still a good character, but she's just not a good main character. She's a good character, not a good main character. But anyways, guys, that's what I think about it. Let me know your thoughts. Do you guys love Black Panther? Do you hate Black Panther? Are you excited for Black Panther 3? What did you think about Black Panther 1 and 2? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. Alrighty, guys. Moving on. We had additionally from the Black Panther stuff, we had a couple more Marvel news. So, couple things. Apparently Sadie Sink is going to be her character from Spider-Man will be in I think it's Avengers Doomsday or Secret War. She'll be in one of them. And then there's also reports that Tobey Maguire Spider-Man will be in Doomsday. What a surprise. We get one of the Spider-Mans and we're not surprised. And then the other one is that Punisher will not be in Daredevil season 2. So let me start off with the Sadie Sink and Tobey Maguire stuff. I think that's really cool. I think I'm excited to see what they do with Sadie Sink. I want to know her character. Her character, I I honestly, guys, I hope it's a character that we haven't even thought of. I think it would be great if she does this character and we don't even know what character she is. So Sadie Sink being in it, great. I really like Sadie Sink. She's one of my favorite actresses. I think she does great in Stranger Things, and I think all the stuff she's done outside of Stranger Things has been pretty solid. In The Whale, guys, The Whale, she is amazing in The Whale. So I think she's a great actress, and so for them to add her in, even better. But the big news, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. Do we think it's gonna happen? No, I don't think it is. There's reports saying that he's gonna be in it. There's a possibility, but I don't think he is. I do not think he is going to be in it. And I just I know we all want this, but I don't think she is. Like, there's reports that he's gonna have a new suit. There's reports he's gonna have a new look. Like, all these things. I don't think he's gonna be in it though. Like, I as great as it would be, I don't think he's going to. I don't think it's gonna happen because I think he had a great send off. I think both him and Andrew had a great send off because they didn't get their extra movie. They were promised. The bigger one is Andrew. I think you can watch Toby's movies and be like, okay, this was a trilogy. It's three. You can have your complaints about three, whatever. But it was a solid trilogy. It's a good trilogy. We can the third one is not unbearable to watch. You can still watch the third one. There's some issues, but the third one you can still watch it. But he was gonna do a fourth one, and Sony was like, "Nah, nope." So kind of sucks that he didn't, but it's like, okay. Andrew's the bigger one though. Like Andrew only got two movies, and his second movie he just got screwed on so hardly. I was like, oh come on, because Andrew is my Spider Man. He's my Spider Man. I grew up with him as Spider Man. I love him as Spider Man. I hate that he didn't get his third movie because I would have loved to see him in a Sinister Six movie, do a Sinister Six movie, but it didn't happen, and that sucks. But it happens. But I I don't think Toby's happening because th he had the perfect send off. Both him and Andrew had the perfect send off. I don't see a reason why, except for one reason. If you bring in Toby Maguire, kill him. Oh, you kill him, dude. You have Doom kill Spider-Man? Oh my god, dude. You would have people losing their mind. You know how fun, not fun, but you know how crazy it would be. You know how we all kind of watched Marvel Zombies, and when Blade died to Thor, we were like, "What the? Whoa, 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 you just killed the killer scar. Whoa, 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 what are we doing?" You do that to Tobey Maguire, and you do that with Doom, dude. Oh my god, that would be a very cool scene, and interesting scene, and instantly he has heat. He instantly has heat. Nobody likes him. People are gonna be like, "Oh no, fuck that guy. Kill him. He just killed my Spider-Man. Like, kill him. Get him out of here." So I don't think Toby's gonna show up. I don't think he is, but I also, even though I don't think he's gonna be showing up, I would not be surprised if he did. I would not be surprised if he did. I don't think he will, but I won't be surprised. So I think he'd be a great. I think he, even if he is in there, I think he's a good addition. Don't get me wrong. Like you're like, oh, well, Jacob, you just don't like Spider. No, no, I love Toby, and I would love for him to be in it, but I don't think he's going to be in it. I just don't. I don't think he will be in Doomsday. Now maybe Secret Wars, but I don't see him bringing back. But if they do, hey, more power to them. Now let's move on to the Punisher stuff. I'm kind of disappointed. I don't understand why he wouldn't be in season two. I feel like we've done the work for him to be in season 2, and I feel like he'd wanna beat the shit out of Kingpin. So I'm like, "Huh, interesting, because he's still gonna be in New York for Spider-Man: Brand New Day, and Brand New Day happens after Daredevil, so far if Daredevil keeps its early '26 release date. So I'm like, "Huh, I wonder why he wouldn't show up. Maybe they answer that in his presentation. I'm not sure when that presentation comes out. When does his let's see here. Punisher special presentation release date. Here we go. Debut in 26, around the same time as season 2. So maybe that's why. Maybe that's why we don't see him, is because they're like, "Oh, he's off on his own adventure in the city during this time." And that's fine, but I'm also like, I want to see him. I I would love a fight scene with him and Kingpin. Like, I would love him and Kingpin fighting. I think that would be great. I thought the end credit scene at the end of Daredevil season 1, well, not Daredevil, technically season 4. I think Born Again, the end credit scene was not great. Because I was like, are you serious? Security guard, are you stupid? Like, there's no way that when they were having this security guards meeting that they didn't say, "Hey, you can fuck with any of these guys. Don't you touch that cage don't go anywhere near this guy. Don't touch him." If I was Kingpin, I would have said, "You don't go anywhere near that guy's cage. You go anywhere near that guy's cage, we're gonna have some issues and I'm gonna kill you." So I don't understand why he was like, "Oh, I'll come over. Don't you worry." What did you think was gonna happen, stupid? So I thought that was kind of a lazy way for Punisher to get out, but he's out, and so him not being in season 2 is kind of disappointing. I really wish we'd see more of him, and I think we will see him and Matt, more of him and Matt, but I'm also just like, "Mm, I wanted him in season 2." I like Punisher, and I wanted him in season 2, but we're getting a lot of Punisher next year. He's getting his special feature. He's going to be in Brand New Day. Like, we're getting a good amount of Punisher. So if they can come up with a good reason why he's not in season 2, I'm okay with that. But I'm also still kind of like, dang, I wanted him in season 2. But anyways, guys, what do you think about all this Marvel news? Are you excited for Daredevil season 2? Are you excited for Doomsday? Who do you think Sadie Sink is playing? Do you think Toby Maguire's Spider-Man is going to be in Doomsday? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. Alrighty, guys. Well, for our last topic, like I promised earlier, I am going to give my Stranger Things theories. So I have one overarching one, and then I'm going to go into character deaths. Now, this does not mean, oh, they're just going to die in the Thanksgiving, episodes that they released for Thanksgiving. No, no, no. I'm talking all 8 episodes. This is my predictions for all 8 episodes. All 8 episodes. Okay. So by the end of New Year's Eve, we'll come back and we'll look at these and we'll see if there's anything I got right. So bang. Let's go down people I think that are. We'll start with the easy one. Everyone's like, oh, who's gonna die? I think Vecna's dead. Vecna's gonna die. They're gonna kill the villain. Vecna's gonna die. I think Hopper's gonna die. I think Hopper could possibly die. I think Hopper. I mean, I think he could save everybody. I think honestly, he saves 11. I think he saves 11, and he does the dad thing, and he saves 11, and it's tragic. Um, so I think Hopper dies at some point. I think Steve might die too, doing the Big Brother thing and going out as Big Brother. I would not be surprised. I also think here's how sad it's because they were teasing him and Nancy. They're like, he's gonna try to get Nancy back. I wouldn't be surprised if we have an ending where he dies after he gets Nancy back, or he just dies and he admits his feelings for Nancy once he dies. Like, that's what I think happens. That's what I think probably happens with Steve. Out of the main kids, I don't know if the kids die. I don't think any of the main characters die. Like the main 5, or like I think, yeah, 4, 5, 6 of them. I think out of the 6 of them, I don't think any of them die. I don't, except for one. I think Will dies. I 100% believe Will dies. And here's my thought process with Will. Vecna's saying he needs Will one more time. And you're like, well, what do you need him for? You've already tortured him. You've already used him for other things. What do you need Will for? I think Will's going to be a Horcrux. And some of you are like, Horcrux? For those of you that don't watch Harry Potter, Voldemort, the big bad guy, he has 7 Horcruxes, and there's 7 items. There's 7 different items. And you have to destroy the 7 items in order to kill Voldemort. I think Vecna is going to use Will as a Horcrux. I think they have to kill Will in order to stop Vecna. They have to stop Vecna from either bringing the city, bringing the upside down to the real world, whether they have to do it to stop Vecna himself. Like Will's dying. Will's dead. I think Will is the most tortured character, and not is he 100% is the most tortured character, maybe besides 11. Like he's gonna die. I think he's going to because what else could Vecna use him for? I also wouldn't be surprised if maybe Will becomes a bad guy. Like Vecna puts mind control on Will, turns him into like a superhero as well, and gives him powers like Vecna, and Will becomes a villain as well. I would not be surprised if Will becomes evil and the kids have to fight Will as well. And maybe that's why they have to kill him as well. They have to kill him because Will's just doing some horrendous stuff and they can't stop him and they have to kill him. Like I think that if there's anyone that I think is going to die more than anybody, it's Will. Will dies. Will 100% dies. I don't see an ending where Will survives. And I think I don't want them to go on a killing spree. I would not be surprised if, hey, maybe they do kill all their characters. But I don't think they're going to Rogue One it and kill everybody. I think they keep people alive, but I do think people die. You have to have stakes. You have to have stakes. 100% have to have stake. You killed Eddie last season. You have to have stakes this season. And so I I think they kill Will. I really do. I think Will would probably be the best death too. Um Out of everybody, I don't see them killing Mike. I don't see him killing Dustin. I don't see him. Maybe Max. And like I said, Max, maybe, and that's what I'm thinking. Maybe Max is also part of, maybe Vecna put something in her mind and now Max is also bad guy. I would not be surprised if they did something with Max as well. So Max maybe dies. Like Lucas, Lucas could die as well. Like, I think nobody is off the table for deaths. Nobody's off the table for deaths. But if there's anybody that I think dies the most, it's Will. I think Will. Will is the guy that is on the chopping block. And I want them to have you need to have one emotional death. You have to. You have to. I think you really do. I think your story is too strong and I think your villain is too evil to only not to not kill anybody. Like I feel like you have to and I think Hopper is honestly I think Hopper is my second most likely to because I think Hopper would sacrifice himself for 11. I 100% believe he would. So there's a possibility Hopper dies. I mean, and maybe they do Rogue One it and they kill everybody, but I don't think they do because then you'd have so many people being like, okay, so then what was the point? Like you saved kids are all dead. Your characters are all dead. That kind of sucks. Yeah, they saved the world, but that sucks. They're all dead. Like you wish they would have kept some around. So I think after Hopper, I think Steve dies, and then 4 most likely, I think is Max. I think Max. I think yeah, I don't think Joyce dies. I don't think Joyce dies. I know she cares about Will, but I don't think Joyce dies. Maybe. Ooh, this one would be nice. This just came in hot. Maybe Will kills Joyce. If we go down the bad guy route and Will becomes a bad guy. If he kills Joyce, that would also be very interesting. That would also be very interesting. So we'll see. But and then Vecna. Okay, I take it back. Vecna's number one death. Vecna's gonna die. Like we all know Vecna's gonna die. So I think that's I think that is how we end it. I think most likely I think Will dies. I think Vecna dies. I think Hopper dies. Maybe Steve. Maybe Max. Maybe Joyce. But that are my season 5 theories. There's probably going to be more after Thanksgiving. I'll give you guys my spoiler review for season, part of season 5. I will give you, we'll do a spoilers and chill probably Friday. I think maybe Friday, if not Saturday. So that is going to be it for my Stranger Things season 5 stuff. But what do you guys think of my theories? Do you guys love them? Do you hate them? What are your theories for Stranger Things season 5? Who do you think's gonna die? Who do you think's gonna live? Do you think everyone's gonna die? Do you think Vecna maybe even wins the whole thing in the end? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Alrighty, guys. Well, it's getting late, and like we like to end all of our episodes, Timestamp 11:09. Not too late. I was, I worked on it by myself today. It was, Paul, like I said, he's on vacation. He's enjoying vacation, and I hope he's having a good time. Right now, it was just me today. Once again, Asher, thank you. That is dope, and that's where that will sit. That'll sit. That'll always be there. I want you to know, Asher, that is going to be on this set forever. And if I get another set and I make another set, I move, I do whatever, that is going to stay there, Asher. That will always be in the set. I tell you that right now. That is amazing. And you could not have made something cooler for me. Like, thank you again, dude. Like, that really cool. And I also just want to know, let me know how many hours that took you, because from a guy that also does some 3D printing, I know how long that takes, and that can take a while. And so I think it looks great, dude. You did a great job on it, and thank you again so much for the Daredevil helmet. I think it's amazing and it looks great. But guys, if you guys have any fan theories, any would you rathers, any top fives, anything at all, email us down below at itsgettinglatepodcast@gmail.com. But guys, that'll do it for me. My name's Jacob, and I will see you guys next week by myself again. And I will see you guys for some spoilers and chill as well. Have a great week, everybody. Have a great Thanksgiving, everybody. Enjoy Stranger Things, and we'll see you next week.